Hello everyone, it's Seda and
Ricardo.
We're back again with our second episode of the adventures of Buzurr-jo the Cindermane in Senchal. So we're picking it up from where we left off, which is where we will be meeting General Renmus. And before we get into that, I just want to do some housekeeping. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the feedback that you gave us. We heard that doing some dungeons would actually be interesting and like delving into the details of the lore inside the dungeons, especially in expansions, because not everyone, of course, has the paid content. Would be interesting, so we would like to do that maybe as even like a separate series to the Senchal one. Who knows, maybe this won't kick off as much and we will jump to that one, so we will see how it goes. Let us know. So okay, let's meet this General Renmus. Previously on our Senchal trip, we met General Renmus in order to get help from him to slay the dragon, but he refused. But his daughter Alia caught up to us after our hearing with her father and told us about his friend's ship, the Perfect Pounce. We went to find Zaji and Casca, the two Khajiit who run the ship. The incredibly colorful and dramatic character Zaji told us his ship was stolen probably by a Dunmer called Nerys he let on board some time ago, so we went to look for him. We found out from Nerys that he sold the ship to a slaver. So, Zaji magically launched Nerys into the deep ends of the ocean, we killed the slaver, and got back Zaji's ship. Since he agreed to take us, if we help him find it, now we're going all together to the island to face the dragon. Not before I get eaten by a bunch of slaughterfish, though. Enjoy!
The odds don't look good. We don't know the island. We have no idea how strong the dragon is. We'll have to improvise, and that rarely goes well. And wait for this dragon to burn the city to the ground? No, it's better to die fighting than to perish hiding behind a wall. Someone on this ship has to be. If everyone plans for sunny weather...
Oh! Step
Oh no, I'm dying! Slaughterfish! No!
Stepped off the boat.
Just backing up!
Just Casca going, oh yeah, we'll all die for sure. Oh well, I'm out of here.
Just go back.
Well... You need to go through him for everything.
There is no...
Now that we've secured a vessel, our next step is to infiltrate the dragon's lair. Zaji will stay on his ship in case we need to make a quick retreat. Casca, on the other hand, has asked to join our hunt. If she wishes to protect her home, she should have that chance. Once we reach the island, we'll search for the dragon. Luckily, we have the Horn of Jadari to help us fight the beast.
Oh, the Horn of Jadari. Tell me more.
Before I made my way to elsewhere, I searched Dragon Guard sanctuaries for weapons and wisdom. There, I learned about the Horn of Jadari and how it was stolen by the dragon Veloxin. I found Veloxin's lair, slew the beast, and took back the horn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, did you just say he single-handedly slew the beast?
He is a dragon guard.
I get it, but I assumed they would work in teams, not solo. Why
Well,
are we going with them then?
Exactly. Well, what's the... why do you need our help?
A dragon horn of immense power. Its sound forces dragons to fall from the sky. It should give us a great advantage in battle. That said, we may also find more resistance than a dragon
What,
on
the
the
dragon
island.
hard mercenaries?
It looks like it's...
Another ship was seen heading toward the island. I'm not sure if its crew are friend or foe, but we must be prepared for the worst. We can set sail immediately, or perhaps you would like to take a moment to become familiar with it. Very good.
Okay. What were you saying?
I think it's interesting, this horn that can... it looks like it works with like something similar to the Thume. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, actually.
Maybe.
So, what is this horn of Jadari?
So the Horn of Jadari is a dragon horn. Like the dragon horns were a series of weapons.
Okay.
that the Dragon Guard manufactured. I don't know with what knowledge. I think Akaviri is something like Akaviri knowledge because Akavir, like the name Akavir itself, Aka means dragon, like Akatosh.
right, yeah. What about the
I don't remember. Akavir is something like Dragonland or Dragon Kingdom. I don't remember. But of the little, very little that we know about Akavir, we know that dragons are very important there. So I wouldn't be surprised that like they had managed to harness some kind of sound magic, like maybe reproduce the Thuum in a way that you don't need to have the soul of a dragon to you, or I mean you don't really need to have the soul of a dragon to use the Thuum anyway, but maybe they managed to make an artifact that reproduced certain properties of the Thuum and like but yeah, this is one of those dragon horns, like these weapons that the Dragon Guard built to fight dragons.
Judging by that docked ship, we are not the only ones who have business on this island. There's a Dragon Guard proverb. Prepare your counter before the blow. In other words, if they swing at you, be ready to swing back.
I got it the first time, but
I
thanks.
also recommend we split our forces to cover more ground.
Okay.
I spotted a cavern northeast of here. Scout ahead and see where it leads. Meanwhile, Casca, Aelia, and I will search for the main entrance to
Didn't
those
you say
ruins.
just spread out and you're sending me specifically and all three of you? Whatever, dude.
Aelia,
I'll do it.
Casca, you're with me. Stick close and prepare to fight.
So okay, we're in the cave to search for the dragon, right? Okay, this is gonna be fun. Yeah.
But well, by the way, like for those of you, like maybe some of you don't know, maybe they, but I just said that maybe they found a way to reproduce the Thuum, or like the Thuum is the voice, you know, in Skyrim. If you played Skyrim, you'll know like you have this ability of like shouting and like stuff happens, and like that is that is basically the main characteristic of the dragons. Like the dragons speak, and what they speak can like becomes reality in sort of sense. Like
Is that how it works?
Yes, because the dragons. So the dragons in the Elder Scrolls are very they're not like dragons in other fantasy.
Okay, in what sense?
So dragons are not like exactly like creatures in the biological sense. Let's say dragons are basically living pieces of time.
Oh.
Because dragons are part of Akatosh. So there is this thing in the Elder Scrolls, let's say lore, mythology, or
mythology.
that's basically there's a concept that's called an oversoul. So
over what?
Oversoul. Soul,
right.
like a soul.
Heart and soul.
Yeah. So basically, multiple beings can share the same soul. Said in a very simplified manner.
Okay.
And these things are called oversouls. And one of the most important oversouls in the Elder Scrolls is called the Aka.
Yeah.
And the Aka is basically the time, the soul of time. And
but it also means dragon, you just said.
Yeah, exactly. Dragons and time are the same thing. That's what I'm saying. So basically,
What?
yes,
Like,
the main part of this oversoul is of course Akatosh or Anu or Auriel or however you may call it. Like all the shards.
Alkosh or
Exactly,
whatever,
all the shards of Akatosh.
So
The gods in the Elder Scrolls are not gods in the Greek or traditional like fantasy, like D&D sense of gods. Like they are not. So like in Greek mythology or in the D&D like way of seeing things, gods are basically control what they are assigned. So like in Greek mythology, Zeus, there is nothing inherent in the nature of Zeus that makes him like be associated with thunder.
No,
he just has thunder.
Exactly.
And then uses and like gods in the Elder Scrolls are more like Egyptian gods.
Okay.
Like in that
they have an inherent quality that makes
basically like Akatosh does not control time. Akatosh is time.
Was
Like dragons are literally shards of time, and
But why?
because basically Akatosh.
Sorry, am I asking the wrong question?
It's a very long question, like a very long answer. Like the Aka is fragmented. Like time is shattered in the Elder Scrolls.
Why?
Due to a series of an enormous series of circumstances. The most important of which is literally a bunch of monkeys dancing on a tower.
Right. Okay.
I'll tell that story another time.
Okay, hang on. At the cost of sounding stupid, I'm gonna ask another question. When these timepieces, when the Aka was shattered, did something actually physically happen to Akatosh as well?
Not really. Like Akatosh, you could like.
I'm sorry.
You could even say that Akatosh didn't exist until the monkeys danced on the tower, basically. So, like...
I am very confused.
So the nature of divinity in the Elder Scrolls is very complicated.
Okay.
And you only ever see male dragons because female dragons, Jills, do not... See, they're called Jills.
With, like...
Jills.
Like Jack and Jill went up the hill.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, go on.
The female dragons basically are not... They do not... Like, dragons always live in the present moment, but Jills always live in anywhere but the present moment. They only exist in the past and in the future. And all
There's
that
a
they...
point to be made there, but I can't find it.
All what they do is they mend breaks in time. Because time breaks and shatters constantly. And like Jills are basically all they do is string time together so that there is a string of time. And
so it's women tidying up after men.
Yes.
Okay.
In a sense, yes.
Okay.
It's not the dragons that destroy time,
Yeah.
but yeah, in a way you can say that.
Oh my god, are you serious?
You vile beast! Show yourself!
There it is.
Prepare to meet your end! The horn didn't work. How?
Of course not. That's my horn, mortals.
Oh.
Tell me how you came to possess it.
My companion will speak with you, dragon. But make one wrong move, and my blade will cut deep.
I mean, the one wrong move might be that he will bite my head off.
That's literally like how time looks in the Elder Scrolls. Time looks like a dragon in the Elder Scrolls.
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of rad. Let's speak to this piece of time. You piece of
I am Nathalar. I do not fear you, hunter. If you seek a battle, understand that it will be to the death. I would rather talk, though. Where did you get my horn? Zukorav. Ah, so it was Valoksin who hid it from me. To protect our kind from the horn's power, no doubt. Such an honorable fool. And why do you seek to kill me? Are you one of Latvulan's thralls?
You came for I mean, we know Latvulan, but okay.
My oldest foe. A dragon of great power and evil intent. He gathered a cult to do his bidding and subjugated our brothers to his cause. Those who oppose him die. He plans to destroy this land.
I feel like that's what happens to anyone who opposes a dragon, but...
Why would I attack the Kaz city? It means nothing to me. Only Latvulan matters. You have dispatched many of my brother's followers, so I shall spare your lives. You may even keep my horn. I have no need of it.
This is... Okay, first of all,
Hold!
why
This
Kaz?
dragon means us no harm.
I
No
realize.
harm.
Oh,
Did we come all this way for
That's
nothing?
still to be determined. For now, let's spread out and see what we can find.
Wait, I need to talk to you. Hang on. Second, that still doesn't explain why he has a personal horn and it doesn't work
It's
on
his
him.
horn. You see that he's missing a horn.
Oh, the horn is. I'm stupid again.
It's a
Yet
dra-
again, I'm an idiot. Once again.
It's a dragon. It's literally made
It's
out of a
literally
dragon.
made
It's a
out-
piece of him. That's why you can't use it against him. Because
So
you are
that's
using his own
Voice
his own
against him.
theme against him,
Against him.
probably.
I see.
Like I think they use actual dragon horns to make these horns. I think they channeled the theme of the dragon through him.
I got it. Maybe, hopefully. Let's see.
Oh, I certainly didn't factor this into my plans. The Dragon Guard were very clear about their dealings with dragons. Hunt them, slay them, use their parts. Yet this
Boil them, mash them,
And stick him in a stew.
This
okay.
Latvalon seeks to destroy all of Tamriel. If Nathalar wants to stop that, I'd say we have a common cause. As the Red Guard proverb tells us, if we share an enemy, let our blades strike as one. I may not like it, but Nathalar possesses knowledge about Latvalon that we just don't have. And the might of a dragon at our disposal isn't something to toss away lightly. Yes, I'd rather have Nathalar on our side than against us.
Let's go. Am I dense? Like, which part of this do I know?
But mom,
Buzurr-jo!
but mom, we came here to kill
Yeah,
that
exactly.
drag.
Like, my name has Joe. My name has Scholar in it. And yet I'm asking these stupid questions.
Our mission was successful, my friend. It just didn't end as we expected. We secured passage to the island. We found the dragon, and we made sure Senchal was safe. At least from this potential threat.
I'm still going on with it.
Bad for a day's work. We also need to learn more about this dragon Latvalon. If it does indeed wish to destroy all of Tamriel, then an alliance is our best way to end that threat. I'm just glad I have your support in this. Your help has already been invaluable. The task, my friend.
Okay, so oh, by the way, this thing about the horn and using his tomb against him, it's actually a very good segue into explaining what the tomb is. So I was saying, to understand what the tomb is, it has something to do with the nature of
Okay, yeah.
truth in the Elder Scrolls
Right,
universe.
yes.
So wherever you see truth discussed in the Elder Scrolls, whether it is especially in the 36 Lessons of Vivek or in other, truth is always
Servants.
equiparated with violence. Truth is violence in the Elder Scrolls, because the universe of in the universe of the Elder Scrolls, metaphor is reality. So if you are very aggressive with your metaphor, you can make it into reality, in a sort of sense. So the dragons, the tomb, is basically stating that something is true with such force that it becomes true. And the dragons, basically what they do is in the dragon language, there is no, the word for debate and the word for fight are the same word. Basically what they do is they debate, they shout at each other, and
That's funny. But go on.
in sort of sense.
Yeah.
So basically you can't use his tomb against him because you're trying to convince him of stuff he already believes. In a sort of sense.
But
You are
okay.
using his own voice against him.
Yeah, but so if you, so does that mean that Thum has a pre-registered set of words then?
What do you mean? No,
Well-
every word in the dragon language is can
No,
be used.
no. In the sense that, because if you're using someone's voice against them, that doesn't necessarily mean you say to them what they believe. You can use someone's voice. And
Yeah,
still
no,
say things
but
that he doesn't
you're
believe.
using you're using his own a piece of himself. Yeah, it's pretty difficult to explain. I am guessing this is complete speculation on my part, so it could be completely bunk, but I'm guessing since they are using the dragon horns to use the tomb, even though they don't themselves know how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
So they basically blow into them or something, and the dragon has the force of another dragon pushed into him. But if you use it against the same dragon from whom the piece is taken,
Right.
it says you're not using your Thum with his voice, you're using his own Thum.
Right.
Against
I
him.
know what you mean. I know. So I shouldn't really think of this semantically, I suppose.
No,
Yeah.
it's
It's more like it's not shouting words.
it's
It's shouting
basically-
essence.
It's basically as if I cloned you and all your memories and then pit yourself against yourself, with me stepping back. Like and
okay.
at that point, what would you do? Like you would agree on everything, because like I'm literally
yeah,
creating.
because I didn't program into you what to say.
No,
Right,
I
gotcha.
created a copy paste of
Gotcha,
you,
gotcha,
and then
gotcha.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I
so-
think that's how it works. That's my speculation, but
Okay.
nothing in the game says how these dragon horns work.
So far, at least, we'll see.
So far, at least.
Yeah. But on that note, I think we can end it here. Before we take up our next quest from Senchal, let's.
If
just
we're to
see what
fight
the
back
next
against
step is.
Lakfulan, we'll need more than a single dragon. We'll need an order
Oh my
dedicated
god,
to
are we gonna have a
eradicating
dragon
this threat.
army?
Holy
The
shit.
time has come to reform the Dragon Guard.
No. We're,
Oof. Well, that would.
I do. The crew of the Perfect Pounce already helped us on one dragon hunt.
okay, we're
I'd
creating
like you
an
to see
order.
if they join us
That's
for
nice.
many more. Speak to Zaji and see if he and his crew want to join our order.
I mean, more Zaji is fine with me.
I'm not saying here. Okay.
Let's hope Zaji takes our offer seriously. He may find it hard to believe that we want his crew to join the Dragon Guard. In fact, I'm having a hard time believing it myself. But by Lecky, we need them.
Okay, so we will be recruiting some dragon guards for the next episode, and maybe we will talk a bit more about the dragon guards in general. I don't know, but yeah, for now we will end it here. And like I said at the beginning, we will probably do the dungeon stuff. So if you have any recommendations at all, write them down in the comments, or write them in the respective places that you have heard us about. It could be text.
If
or it
you've
could be Discord.
already played this quest,
Tell us
and,
how wrong we.
if you've already played this quest and you think there is some like part of it that requires like a lore explanation, like
Oh yeah, absolutely.
tell
Let
us that
know.
so that we're prepared from when we get to that point.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye.